Uh, don't tell anybody, but I think Stephen Lett's a millionaire. Yeah, I got some cutting news. I gotta go tell the governing body, and I just gotta show him what's going on. That's my job, is to fix it. Follow me. Yeah, follow me. We're inside now. Let's go downstairs there. Yeah, we're downstairs now. They're at the end of the hallway in that boardroom. You're like a fly in the wall. This is amazing stuff. Well, thank you, brothers, for having this meeting a week earlier. I know we like to have our monthly apostate meeting, at the end of every month, but there's some interesting stuff out there right now, and I think you guys need to see this firsthand. So here it is. Just look up on the video up top there. And it's these guys again. Like, these guys are, I don't know where they're getting their stuff, but it sounds like they're getting stuff elsewhere. But there's links to websites here. And I'm going to show you a couple links. Link to Delta Computer Records, a link to Baldwin County Records. They're explaining it all on this video, these two people. I'm just going to play a little bit of it here.
Parcel information, and she's highlighted. It's great, and it shows what each property is worth. If they're renting it out, because there are some properties they're leasing out. Mm-hmm. So this is rental property coming. Money coming in. Now,
you just can't make this stuff up when you're dealing with a religion. Religion, it's a snare and a racket.
Yeah. And I know we're having way too much fun with this.
Well, that's probably all you brothers want to see. They talk quite a bit about these reports. So I wanted to validate this report, for Stephen over there, Brother Lett. They got you all up here. They're showing you what people should know about you. And this is on this site, Watchtower Exposed. And they got a lot of information, inside information. They got some affidavits you've signed, power of attorneys. And this is the one this lady was talking about here, Kim, about all these investments you guys have. So I downloaded the investments, and I was looking through here, and it looks like I went down, and there's like over $1 million in investments. I went, and you can kind of add up all the stuff. Like, it shows, I'll just show you here. Like, this particular investment, the land value is $160,000, and the improvements were $25,000, and now the appraised value is $185,000. Well, there's a lot of stuff in there, around $200,000. Lots of investments, and so it looks like Brother Lett has his fingers into a lot of these investments here. So I even went and on this site, if you go down on this site, you can find all kinds of other information. There's details on the clubhouse. So Lett has a property clubhouse, I guess. And then there's the Baldwin County properties that Lett's involved in. There's a lot of stuff. So I even noticed there's a letter, and some of these investments that the Watchtower's done, like the Henrietta Fund, that money's coming into the Watchtower. Well, apparently the Watchtower to Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is going back 2002, because this Henrietta Fund's been on the table for a lot of years. Now, the question here is, you guys wrote the Kingdom Halls and said that about this fund, you explained it, that this was a gift given to the Watchtower, that this fund is a gift, and that the Watchtower is just listed as a stockholder. So you guys are just receiving money from this gift from this Henrietta Fund. And so there's nothing wrong with it. And it says here, the Watchtowers received no contributions as a result of the original private agreement. The two brothers, I believe, have died. But anyways, the Watchtower is not denying it, but they are stockholders in this Henrietta Fund. Now, this Henrietta Fund, and I looked into this a little bit, it actually, and we talked about this on some previous visits to the governing body, is it's deriving its money from war weapons and building of war weapons, armaments. So I went to the Bible and we looked at the parable of the dishonest manager. Now we look at that in the Jehovah's Witness Bible, according to Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. It says, also, I say to you, make friends for yourselves by means of the unrighteous riches, so that when such fail, they may receive you into the everlasting dwelling place. Well, here was a guy that was doing unrighteous things, like lowering a debt because the manager was coming. And so he was making a deal with these unrighteous riches. So the end result is that in verse 13, no servant can slave to two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will stick to the one and despise the other. You cannot be a slave to God and to riches. So it talks about the Pharisees who were money lovers and all these things. So we all know the stories of seeking riches. In fact, this is such an important thing for the Watchtower. They broadcast this to all of the people about seeking riches that are true. So here, right off the website, I just plugged in searching riches and seeking. I plugged in that scripture actually, and it explains it. And it explains how people get involved with unrighteous riches. It's an unrighteous steward, and how we use unrighteous riches. So, but the end of the article is to rely on Jehovah for everything. So this is just part of the priceless reward for those who make friends in heaven. Jehovah's worshipers on earth will shout for joy when they hear Jesus' words, "Come, you who have been blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you." So the governing body in the websites is definitely against making money the primary factor. The primary factor we know is helping people. So now I went to the Jehovah's Witness website, investments in stocks, and it says, is it wise to invest into the stock market? It's very against it. We go all the way down, security, where can it be found? And so the Watchtower is not for getting into the stock market. It's against that, and we see that in all the many articles that we have when you plug in that. And I wanted to go right to the bottom here because there's so many articles. It says invest now in a secure future. So quite frankly, it's telling us to about our material assets. There's very little we can do with them. So the Watchtower really wants everyone to give their material assets to the Watchtower. And the secure future is really, the Watchtower is saying, is Jehovah's kingdom. So now I guess the question that many of the people are going to have from Kim and Mikey's site is the governing body hypocritical? And even the young people, I went to the young people article from the Watchtower site. And here it's showing young people ask, what is wrong with making money? So all the way through the article, it's about materialism, being rich, plunging into ruin, finding a balance. And it's not about making money. It's really teaching young people it's not about money. And then even the questions from the readers, lotteries, who wins? Is it appropriate for a Christian to buy lottery tickets as mere entertainment if the proceedings go to charity? And we go all the way through there, and the Watchtower is very much against it. It says if a Christian genuinely wants to help poor, handicapped, or elderly, he can go directly or in a way that does not involve gambling. So the Watchtower is telling everyone to actually go to the food bank and donate your money to help people if you want to help people, because the Watchtower does not help people. They print literature. So I thought that was good, but they don't really say everything I said. They just say don't gamble. So now questionable investments, I plug that into the Watchtower. Talks about a sound investment. Questions from the readers, on and on about investments being negative, negative, negative. The Bible's answer, vital questions of our day. From our readers, investments cannot be ignored. However, all investments, including bank deposits, can be said to involve some element of risk. So the Watchtower is very much against risk. They feel that all the money should be sent to the Watchtower so that no one has any risk. They don't have to trust in banks, trust in the Watchtower. But the problem that we're getting is people are losing their jobs, and the Watchtower doesn't have a program to help people. It just takes the investments. So this is where the Watchtower says, let's discernment safeguard you with investments. And the Watchtower talks about all of this. The last article I'm looking at is Big Business and Warfare. The Watchtower has an article on it. The international selling of armaments became big business. And it seems to us that the Henrietta Fund also, the stocks are about building war weapons and armaments. So here the Watchtower is talking about big business and warfare as a negative thing in this article, the 1984 Awake. And it's definitely encouraging, looking at this whole thing as a part of the world, a part of Satan's system. So I guess the question comes back from these people, Kim and Mikey, and everyone else out there, is that what's going on here? Is it okay for the governing body to sign a document like, where is it? They had that one right here. Right here. We'll play it again.
Governing body. So
there it is. So the vow of obedience and poverty. So apparently all the governing body members signed a vow of obedience and poverty. And in this vow, it means that you guys aren't supposed to be worried about properties and investments and all of these kinds of things, like now that Stephen Lett is exposed to. So I guess my job is just to let you guys know this stuff. So maybe this is okay. Maybe you guys are all doing this. It sounds pretty silent in here. Okay, well, that's about all I have to do to share with you guys. Is it looks like Brother Stephen Lett's a millionaire. That's the way it looks to me.